Welcome to the Cardboard Crash Course. Let's learn how to play Uno Flip. Now, most of the rules for Uno Flip are the same as its classic counterpart Uno, which you can catch up on the top right corner card. But it does have these following changes. The main gimmick of Uno Flip is that cards have two different sides to them. First, a black wild side, as well as a white mild side. All of the cards in this game have to be shuffled so that they're facing the same direction at the start of the game. Place them so the white mild side is facing down. This ensures that the black wild side is treated as the back of the cards with no inherent effect. Just like in regular Uno, flip over the top card to make a discard pile, as the mild side is the effect that is actually going to be triggered. Additionally, just like regular Uno, if that card was an action card, flip it over again to make sure that a numeral is up on the top of the discard pile. Then, when dealing the cards at the start of the game, deal them mild side face down. You can always look at your own cards, but cannot look at anyone else's. This means that at the start of the game, you're looking at all mild-sided cards, but your opponents, you can actually see the backs of their cards on their wild sides. As in normal Uno, the player to the left of the dealer goes first, and one at a time, you'll play through the turns like regular Uno as well. However, there is that obvious twist where the cards can flip. Let's check out all of the action cards in this game, because each individual action card has both a mild version and a wild version. The flip card is one of the new action cards that exists on both the mild and wild side of cards. When you play this to the discard pile, the deck, the discard pile, and all players' hands will flip, so that everybody is looking at the other side of the cards. This means that you're now playing wild cards from your hand onto the corresponding wild discard pile. Additionally, you can see the other players' mild sides of the cards now because they're treated as the backs of those cards. Like I said, there's also a wild side of that exact version which would do the opposite, flipping everything the other way around. Two of the action cards work similarly on both of their sides. The mild and wild cards just change the color and allow you to play it on top of any other color of card. Just the same, both the mild and wild reverse cards do the same thing, reversing the turn order like in regular Uno. But here's where it gets interesting, as the other three have different versions depending on what side it's on. The +1 or +5 cards skip the next player's turn and make them draw that many cards from the deck instead of taking their turn. Now, the skip card works the same as normal Uno on its mild side, where it skips the next player's turn. However, there is a wild version that skips all other players' turns, and allows you to take a second turn in a row. Here's where it gets crazy, as the wild draw 2 allows you to change the color, and makes the next player skip their turn by drawing 2 cards. The wild draw to color on the wild side makes you choose a color, and then the next player has to draw until they receive a card of that color. In either case, they must do that and skip their turn, or just like normal draw 4 Uno rules, they can challenge that, and it works the same way. If you forget how a challenge works, check out the Uno video on the top right corner. This game plays just like normal Uno, where one player wins a single round of it by having no cards left in their hand, and you continue to play rounds until one player has 500 points. In the rulebook, it explains what the point values for these new action cards are, so I'll leave that for you to find once you get the rulebook in your hands. This is a really interesting variant, and I hope you have fun with Uno Flip. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to check out another cool Uno version, check out Ono99 here on the screen now. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time on the Cardboard Crash Course.